Hi, this is Mr. Woody again. Just thought I'd give you guys a tutorial on EliteDangerous because I had a hard time with the training on here. It didn't really tell me what I needed to know. So here's some tips and tricks for EliteDangerous beginner's guide kind of deal. First thing, do your basic training, which is kind of doesn't really tell you what to do either. So just learn how to fly, play around with the weapons, stuff like that, the navigation and everything. I started on solo, and that's what I'm gonna do right now, just to show you guys, because open play, I wasn't ready for it when I first started, but I am now. So let's do some solo. I'll run you through that real quick, and then I'll make another video for the open play. But I am running a 7850K with a MSI 270X 2 gig. I had a XFX 270X 2 gig in here before. For some reason this MSI runs like 30-40% faster, or better than that XFX, so I had to swap that out. But other than that, this game runs pretty good on here. Not too much problems, anything like. Everything looks great, sounds great. I did not know this was out. I barely found out about Star Citizen, and I barely found out about EliteDangerous around January. So I love space sims. I played a lot of space sims back in the day, like Wing Commander, Descent, all the Descents, Freelancer, stuff like that. Back in the 90s. So when I found out these were out, like decent space sims, not just third-person strategy ones, like I found these were out, I had to get them, so I'm happy they're making a comeback. Get to enjoy myself. On this, you start out with a simple vehicle, spaceship. It's the Sidewinder. It's not bad at all. I would say it's very, very cheap, but it's really, pretty maneuverable. Now in this settings, when you're in a starport, you can't use your mouse right here. So you pretty much got your WASD going this way. If you have tabs, you use Q and E, which you don't have tabs. Now 1 is going to be your navigation. 2 is going to be your chat, which you have to hit escape, and then 2 again to get out of it. 3 is going to be your starport services, and you just hit the number again to get out of it. And 4 is going to be your, ship status modules, fire groups, and all that. So, and it, like I said, if you had tabs, you just use Q and E to go back. There's your cargo. That's how much stuff you have. Now you can go directly from, number 4, which is this window, to the navigation. Here are your transactions. I haven't logged in a while. Just get rid of all these. Now when you go into hyperspace and stuff like that, it's kind of difficult. You want to go into hyperspace, you want to do a lot of things like that. I always miss my target, but I didn't really know how to navigate. Here's the system maps. Basically, you only really need the system maps to see how many, space stations or planets are in the system, and this is what it looks like. Now you get to use your mouse, but basically you just click on it, and you could buy trade information on the galaxy map. You could buy information on each one of these in different systems. So, and it basically tells you what they import and export. So, and right here it'll tell you everything they can do. It has a shipyard and rearm repair, and this one doesn't have a ship arm. But most will refuel, repair, and rearm. Most space stations. There's some that don't, but so let's go into the galaxy map. Well, let's go right here. I like to get in my transactions and just see what I'm doing. Right, cobalt. And I forgot, do I have cobalt? No, I got computer parts. So you gotta go window to window to try to see what's going on. Now, when I first started out, all I was doing was missions. And then I soon found out that that Sidewinder, once you fix it up, you know, upgrade the weapons and guns, you could go all the way to Cremain and in some of those outer regions. There's a war going on. I'll show you right here. See, I am right here in this system. There's Cremain right there. Now, there's two different options here. You can click select right here. That basically means you're going to jump from that destination straight across to here. Sometimes you can't make it there because of the distance. If your jump drives are too small, you can't make it there. All you have to do is hit plot. Basically, it'll plot out smaller jump courses in case you need to repair, refuel at each station, or if you got to make stops along the way. But once you fix your frame shift drive, you know, fix up your little things like the power plant and the distribution, it'll make your distance further, and depending on how much mass you have on your ship too. So, but let's not get into that. Right here is where you could buy the trade data. You can also buy system data right here if you want to do it. Another thing you can make money on is by exploring, going to each system and looking at each planet or each star system or asteroid field and analyzing it, scanning it, and you will then get the data for that, and you could travel 10 to 20 light years away, let's say in this direction, and you could sell this space data to this system for money. So I made some money like that when I was beginning. But the best thing to do for once you get your ship fixed up after you do little missions, just here, because you're basically learning the star system just in this area, because look at this. I mean, it just gets super huge. And yeah, so, and that's just one little area of where we are, just put in, you know, perspective. But what was I gonna do? Computer parts. I'm supposed to go somewhere. I think right here. I think this is where I was heading to. I don't remember when I logged off, but I will show you how to quickly travel. Let's say we go to command here. I will show you how to quickly travel once you do a plot, because even though you have to stop and stop and stop, there's really an easy, simple way to do it, and it doesn't really tell you that in the training. And I'll show you that right now. Let's make sure there's no missions I can get before I take off. And here's where you would repair, refuel, reload, anything like this. You start out with just basic lasers. I have a better ship. You can trade in your ship, even though it's a loaner, that first one. You can trade it in for the next ship, so it will save you on cost. This is where you go to get missions. And I just basically accept any of these in case I run past somebody. Like there's right here. I'm going to Cremain anyway. And there's the Universal Cartographics. Basically, this is where you would go to if you go travel far. You can sell this system data to that system. There's your commodities market where you buy, sell, trade, anything like that. Now, one tip here. You can do this if you, on that other screen, the galaxy map, if you purchase the trade data, this is where you can make a little money. Let's say, like I'm going to Cremain right now. Okay, so this right here is when you say buy, there's no numbers, it'll have nothing right here. Is where they have it. This is the average. I look for something that says high on supply, so the price will be low. See how this says high on demand? The price is going to be a lot higher than the average. So you're trying to get the lowest possible price. So you're looking for something that they have a high supply of, like this, computer components. Now I already bought 5. I believe I have a mission to go drop them off somewhere. I don't forgot. But that was the last time I logged out. You could go right here. Once you're highlighted on that, you can do your mouse or use D to move over and scroll down, and you'll see everywhere those computer components are exported to. So that's where you look to see if you can buy that. If you're heading to one of those systems right there, if you already have a mission that's going there, just load up your cargo bay with however much you can pack in there. When you go to that system and you do your mission, you can also sell whatever this is in that system. So if these are exported to this system, that means they need it, pretty much. So that's a good way to make side money. I didn't know that when I was starting out. So let me go ahead and exit here. Again, back to the WASD. You just launch. When you do get docking permission in any star system or star base or station, you will have numbers by your docking area. If you go to a different docking area, you will get fined.
Ship released. Engines
yeah, so I have
engaged.
landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
There's a lot of things that need to be told that I don't feel the tutorial told. I like to line myself up. I was getting a little carried away. You also got to watch out for traffic coming in. Alright, so let me check my plotted course. That's where I'm at. There's my plotted course for tree. Even though I'm going to Cremain, this is the first stop on that way. So once you get out of Mass Lock, which is on the bottom right hand corner, once that little icon goes away, you can line yourself up, hit navigation, click on that, engage
Frameshift drive charging.
Now this is going to shoot you straight to that system, within seconds, versus you flying and, pressing your frameshift drive manually
4, 3,
and speeding up the speed
2,
up.
1, engage.
Now you don't have to stop. This is where I always got confused. You don't have to stop. Once you get here, you line up this little reticule right there. There's a crosshair in a little circle. And again, go to navigation. Look, it's already on the next sector. Click on it, engage
Frameshift
hyperdrive.
drive charging.
Just make sure you're lined up. That solar system on my screen, to the right of it, there's a little circle with crosshairs in it. That's your indicator. If it's solid, you're
3,
facing it. If it's
2,
hollow,
1,
you're
engage.
directly 180 away. So, and once we get out in this system, I'll reline up again. See, that circle is hollow and now it's solid because I'm starting to point in the right direction. And there's Kermain. Now each jump does use fuel, so keep an eye on that.
Frameshift
You know,
drive charging.
this ship's kind of good on fuel, so I can travel pretty far without worrying about too much stuff. Now you see my
4,
systems engine and
3, 2,
weapons
1. Engage.
to the right of my ship indicator. I have it on engines because I'm basically not battling. There are people that can pull you out of hyperspace, which might happen. So be ready for that. So here is basically where I just slow down, hit my navigation, see where I have to go. You know, transport wine to Kermain. Okay, so it says Starport Holer Terminal. Come back over here. This is going to be all your nearest things. Holer Terminal. Lock. Now this is where, see that indicator? Let me line myself up with it. It helps me find everything. And there it is. This is basically where it takes forever. You're not in hyperspace, so you basically go as fast as you can, but you also have to be ready to slow down. There's no brakes, you know, you can't just apply the brakes. You have to speed up and then gradually speed down. So what I like to do, as I get it into the 3 digits, and then basically stay somewhere around where it gets to 500 light seconds, I believe that's what that stands for, I slow down and give it about 10%. So at 500 light seconds, I'll be at 50 Cs. But right now I'm at full throttle waiting to go as fast as I can. And then I keep it at 10%. Oh, the server's going down for maintenance, so good thing I'm coming over here so I can save it. I wouldn't just exit out of anywhere, especially if you see here's 500, so keep it about 10%. Roughly, I mean it's not that important, but once you start coming down, you use that bottom left-hand corner. When those 2 bars appear, see that yellow bar going down towards that distance? You need both bars to get on the green or the blue, and then you can exit, and you will exit at your destination. If you exit before those bars, it'll throw you kind of off. You have to re-enter, frame shift, and try to get back. You know, I was in the training, it said if you put your throttle in the blue area where it highlights blue, it would automatically slow down for you. That's totally not the case. I'm still about roughly 10%. Let me slow down a little more. You just kind of use your best judgment to get there. Because I've left it in the blue and I shoot past it, I've ran into planets, you know, of course it saved me, it jumped me out of hyperspace. But see how my speed is getting into the blue, and it's blue right now? Now I just gotta wait on the distance. As soon as it gets in the blue, this icon will appear. There we go. You basically can just jump out and it'll lead you right to where you're going. And yeah, no, I just exited at 842 kilometers away. It's gonna bring me within 10 kilometers of the station. So you don't have to get it that exact. It would probably take years to navigate the galaxy if it did, if it got it exact, but. Now, once you're here, I like to scan or highlight them because it brings up the starport and it looks like it has arrows on the side. You kind of follow those arrows and it'll lead you to the door is what I've noticed, which I wasn't told either in the tutorial. So there's one little opening on this deal. You just entered a no fire zone, so don't pull out your weapons or anything like that.
Scan detected.
You get too close, it will scan you. As long as you don't try to enter the starport. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Yeah, I'm totally not that great at flying, so I like to line myself up first, then go right here to contacts, Holer Terminal, request docking.
Docking request granted.
No, granted. Let's go in here, aim for the middle. And you can see on that space station icon, it shows you where the square port is, and those arrows kind of point to it. The triangles or whatever. When you're coming in, be careful. There will be ships coming out, especially on open play. So once you come in, there's probably going to be a lot of ports highlighted. Make sure you go to the one that's for you. So there's 29. Here's one. Come straight down. Put my landing gear on. Kind of keep it slow. You don't want to get fined or damage anything.
Landing gear deployed.
And now, as soon as I get close, right? So, yeah, I'll continue. I'll make another vid and continue about landing and all that stuff and show you guys. But